Nathaniel, Oliveras, Lopez. Good evening. My name is Nathaniel Oliveras Lopez. I'll be discussing education in today's America. Ever since I can remember, my parents, my teachers, and anyone else that would get my attention always told me that education is the key to a brighter future. From presidents clamoring to no children left behind, to the be cool, stay in school penguin, we have always found ways as a country to keep our children on track towards their education. Unfortunately, somewhere along this process we have failed. Is it just bad schools? Or is there something else driving this debacle? Incompetent teachers, careless parents, and systems that can rob our youth of infinite probabilities have largely contributed to what has gone so horribly wrong. The first issue for discussion is the hindering effects of incompetent teachers within the education system. There should be no limiting or interfering with the process of getting better and competent teachers within our schools. There should be no entitlement to hold a position forever unless competence proves otherwise. A Fox Business News article states that once a teacher gains tenure after 3 years of service in New Jersey, they cannot be easily fired for any reason at all. They have a job for life, meaning that there's a high probability of the education system being stuck with a subpar teacher. Testing should be mandatory. It can be used to weed out teachers that are just there to collect a paycheck. We could always do more for our students. Also, rewarding truly deserving teachers can help keep the best qualified teachers within our education system. Although the outcries from the teachers union will be ringing loud right about now, teachers should realize that they exist because they are committed to teaching our future generations. Much like their students' parents, all of their other selfish goals should be set aside. While teachers are failing children at school, careless parents are failing their kids at home. Students across the nation are dropping out today at alarming rates. Boost.org has a student dropping out every 26 seconds. That averages out to another 12 students by the time I'm finished with this speech. Parents need to support their children, educational needs, and take a more active role in reducing this trend. More and more children are also stacking the deck against themselves by using illegal substances. The parents also have low expectations for their children. This also places students at a disadvantage. A little support and love from their family members can go a long way. As the children didn't have enough going against them, there's always more. These systems that they have in place right now explore no possibilities or any life variables. Their fates are placed on systems that take control out of their hands. Different school districts are looking for creative ways to improve academics. However, some of these creative solutions are creating other issues. Charter schools are used to provide a higher form of education within their own communities that they serve. The issue is that to receive a slot within this charter school, you must go through a lottery process. There's few slots and too many students going through this process, leaving many children out in the cold unfairly. They don't necessarily get guaranteed the next year after as they go through the lottery process again. Another creative solution is tracking. Tracking students have been around since the early 20th century. That is a very antiquated system. Tracking places students on the path that has been determined as the best career path for any one student. How can anyone determine the student's true potential if they're told to stay within the path and never stray away from it? Kevin Warner, a professor of education at the University of Colorado, says, "It is a destructive practice that has the undeniable effect of lowering expectation and opportunities for students who have already fallen behind. Teachers should never forget they decided to make the sacrifice. They're not there for themselves. Parents should take a more active role on their children's education. They should be able to be a glowing example for their children. The current system in place divides the children and unfairly determines the children's educational future. By looking closer at the issues, we're able to bypass the finger pointing. We can see why our children are not getting the best education they can get. We are failing our students and ultimately the future of our nation." By putting all our strong opinions aside and making an honest assessment of the issues facing our educational system, we can plainly see what is needed to fix it. Thank you. Good night.
So sorry, I'm like,
Ah, you're good.
that was great though. Mine's gonna be like